Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Fresh and our Orc Hunter. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we are taking on Razorfen Crawl and the quests within. It took us quite a long time to find a tank for the group, but we finally managed to pull everything together. We should have all of the available quests from outside of the dungeon, and I believe that there's one or two more to pick up as we progress through the instance. For once, I am the one lagging behind everyone else, as I just finished grabbing the quest from Undercity, but we should just be a short run away now from the entrance. And then we can get started. Only thing to note that we took care of in between episodes is we switched over to BM, which is quite the big change from marksmanship. I decided to make the change now just because I was curious and I really wanted to try out and just see how powerful our pet can become with all of these incredible talents. More health, more damage, more armor, all that kind of stuff. The big one, I feel like being Bestial Swiftness, allowing our pet to move 30% faster outside. That's very helpful. And as far as abilities are concerned, we traded Aimed Shot for Intimidation. A 3-second stun on a minute-long cooldown that also basically acts as sort of a taunt. And here are our party members now. Let's try to share our quests. See if some of these are shareable. They should be. We've got Going Guano, and we've got a Vengeful Fate. Neither of which reward us with any pieces of gear that we can actually use, but I believe there's a couple of quests inside that do have something for us. I think one might be a ring. So that would be exciting if we can get that to happen, but let's find out. Well, welcome to RFK. Let's get started. Let's take Taunt off of our pet, just so we're not getting in the tank's way. Turn details on just to see how we're doing. Our healer is a little bit underleveled for this place, but everybody else is not. Warrior quest, huh? It will help him out with his quest. I guess there's a warrior quest of some kind. Yeah, I guess typically you don't go to the left when you enter the instance. So let's work on taking out the Geomancer first. Always go for the casters. But yeah, I'm in no rush, so I'm totally okay with helping out the tank and anybody else that needs anything in particular from this place. Also make sure that we focus up certain targets. I don't want to pull anything off. I feel like we got a little bit carried away in some of the instances that we did earlier on. And it definitely cost us a wipe or two. Let's try to avoid using multi-shot if we can, unless we're pretty confident that the tank has everything, like in this case here. Pretty confident that he's going to hold aggro fairly well. Looks like we've already run out of mana. How quickly that has happened already. That was kind of the one nice thing about Aimed Shot, I suppose, was that it was a pretty good ability at conserving your mana. which is something we're probably going to miss a little bit. Should be okay. We just gotta learn how to play a little bit differently, just to be a little bit more conservative. Let's be careful on these elevated platforms as well. Hopefully our pet doesn't teleport down or anything like that. With these big poles so far, tank seems to be doing a pretty good job of surviving. Doesn't appear to matter that our healer is a little bit underleveled. Our shaman is also putting in a lot of work. Lots of damage coming out. Suppose we should try to use intimidation here and there. It would be a shame to not utilize our brand new ability that we just picked up. It does act as sort of a taunt, so I guess we do have to use it a little bit sparingly, but it should be pretty useful against these casters especially. And I feel like in a dungeon environment, a pet taking aggro, at least off of just one enemy, is probably okay most of the time. Especially since we're spec'd into BM now. So I don't mind taking off one enemy in like a pack. I'm assuming this is the named NPC that the warrior was looking for. And I believe we're heading back towards the entrance now to take care of the other side and the rest of the dungeon. So far, really enjoying the pacing of this run so far. Everyone's on the same page for the most part. Nobody's overextending themselves. The tank is looking out for everybody behind him. And the healer seems to be doing just fine on mana and whatnot. Nice chill group. No one's trying to go too fast. It's just the way we like it. be careful when we tab. Could have potentially pulled that Razorfen ground shaker over there. Wouldn't want to pull anything without the tank going in first. Another thing we'll have to get used to as well is our range has been reduced by 6 yards, down to 35 yards. We're missing out on a bunch of our ranged talents. A cloth belt that has just dropped. 6 intellect, 5 spirit. That would be nice to win. Didn't get it this time. That's okay. That's honestly pretty much all that we could hope for, if I'm being honest, is just some BOE greens to make for some extra cash. Since we're not going to really be picking up any other sort of loot from this place, I don't think. I don't think there's anything left off of the bosses when we checked AtlasLoot that we can truly utilize, so we're really just here for the quests. This group seems pretty knowledgeable so far, so hopefully, hopefully we go through with the escorts. And any other quests that we can do. I think the healer just picked up a much needed level, now level 27. I thought we were pretty low at level 30, honestly. I suppose 30 is probably like maybe the average as far as heading into this place for the first time, but 26, that was pretty low. That would have made him 7 levels lower than the final boss in this dungeon. He's only 6 levels lower, so I guess that's not too bad. I'm just surprised the quests were available to him. Or maybe they're not, and he's just doing this for gear. Not sure. All the way down the hallway. We're entering our first kind of major room, I suppose. There's going to be a boss over to the right side over here, I believe. Those pesky stalkers. That's funny. Some of the group members want to attack our pet, which makes a lot of sense because there are a lot of bats in this instance at a certain point, like once we reach the cave system portion of the place. Technically, if we abandoned our pet, we could pick up a pet within here that teaches the first rank of dive, I believe. One of the bats in here inside the caves can teach you that, but that would be pretty pointless. I feel like that's a pretty uncommon way of getting the ability, since you would have to come in here without a pet or abandon your pet partway through the dungeon. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to be waiting until level 31 to pick that up. Will be, I think it's one of the vultures within Arathi Highlands, one of the lower level ones. Will give us our first rank of dive. And then at 32 we can go to 1,000 Needles, and there's a different carrion bird that'll give us rank 2 of Screech. First boss piece of gear that drops is the Death Speaker Mantle. Nice cloth piece. Hopefully it can be used by a priest. It doesn't even look like the priest needed it. Now this is a portion that I can't remember if we should go down this way. I think there's like a hidden boss over there. I think we can just kind of clear everything. I feel like we should just go for it. Still got a full bar of rested experience too, which I actually didn't notice, so we're getting tons of good experience from this as well. Ooh, a bow. Fortunately, that bow is not better than what we have now, so we'll go ahead and greet on that. It's a shame that there are just not that many good bows that you can get from boss fights after Venom Strike from Wailing Caverns. I don't think I've seen another one yet, and yeah, the ones you get from quests aren't as good. It's like you just kind of find one off the auction house for a pretty cheap price right now, and that's it. I was hoping that we'd be able to, you know, get more of our equipment from dungeons. See, no chest on this side of the dungeon today, but we do have Agam Thorn Curse here. Let's see if he drops anything interesting. Doesn't look like anything off of him. Might be one of those bosses that just has a chance to drop something. And even then, the loot table is probably pretty small and probably only contains greens. Another ranged weapon, this time a gun. Again, still not better than what we have. So we want it anyway. Looks like it vendors for more than at auctions, which is hilarious. You know, I actually didn't realize until now, but this is probably one of the reasons why the tank is surviving so well, is we've got double stamina buffs from both the Warlock's Imp and from the Priest. Which is excellent. We're at 1500 health ourselves, our pet's at 1600. That is quite a lot for a bunch of level 30s. Got another piece here. It's a leather piece. Strength, intellect, and spirit. Not sure who that's for, but we're here at Overlord at Ramtusk now. Historically, this guy drops some decent mail gear.
Victory for Gabagan.
If I remember correctly. We'll work on killing the smaller guys first. And this would be one of those pieces, the Tuscan Helm. This is historically one of the first helms that all mail wearers end up getting. It's a pretty cool looking helm. Yeah, I'm sure the warrior definitely needed that one. Definitely going to want to start looking out for some helms of our own. I don't know when the first helm is that we can make from leatherworking. I'm not sure when that comes about. Hopefully it's with heavy leather. We're definitely going to want to do some farming for heavy leather within the next few episodes or so. I think we're going to take on Hillsbrad over the course of the next couple of episodes. And if that's the case, we might want to dedicate one of those episodes just to farming on the Yetis. Over in that cave between Terran Mill and the farmlands. We'll work on the quests first, most likely. The Battle for Hillsbrad is a questline that we haven't even started yet. We're level 30, so we're going to want to start that for sure. especially if we end up being 31 before we even begin. So we'll probably dedicate an episode to that quest line, see if there's anything else in the area that we can do, and then I think we'll work on trying to gather up as much heavy leather as we can to start pushing leatherworking again. It's been a little while. We've gotten a few points here or there. We've been able to craft some cool pieces like our heavy quiver, which we got recently. But we're in need of some upgrades, especially in our jewelry slots, and there's even a couple of leather pieces that can be replaced at this point as well. Got hit with a 2-minute poison. We can take this off ourselves, but let's see if the priest can cleanse it first. Got himself cleansed, but not us yet. That's okay. There we go. We've gotten pretty decent use out of anti-venom so far. It's definitely good to have, that's for sure. I'm sure we're going to get the next rank of it not too long from now. I think someone just leveled up. Not sure who it was. And we got another really good cloth piece here. 8 intellect, 8 stamina. Did not win that one, unfortunately. Yeah, we have not gotten too much loot in general, even off of just random enemies. I think we've been picking up some silver here and there. Let's pop our rapid fire here. This is a big pull. We'll help out with our pets intimidate. Roll for the chest. Looks like we're the winners so far. Nice. And the chest is ours, finally. We can actually get some loot. Let's see what drops out of here. Large red sack, not bad. No greens though. Nothing for us to roll on. That large red sack can actually be sold for quite a bit. We are already full on 10 slot bags as it is, so we don't need it ourselves, but if it does in fact auction for around 40 silver, that is a Decent chunk of change. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. Picked up some Briarthorn too. That's not too bad. That's an herb that always sells pretty well. And some more light leather that we can convert. I guess as we get deeper into the dungeon, we are going to run into that room probably pretty soon with all the bats in it and whatnot. We might be able to get some skins out of this, hopefully. That would be really, really nice if we could. Because I have to assume that these level 30 or so enemies are going to drop heavy leather. Just wanted to reload real quick. Just clicking stuff in our bags was starting not to work again. I believe that's the Bagnon add-on that keeps doing that. I think it's been doing it for quite a long time. I'm not sure if there's ever going to be a fix for it. Yeah, and the way things are going now, we are most certainly going to hit level 31, it looks like. Which I was not expecting, so we might have to reassess what our goals are going to be for the next couple of episodes, because Stone Talon is something that I wanted to finish pretty soon. Hillsbrad we haven't been to in a very long time. Those quests are very quickly going to start to turn green, borderline gray as we enter level 31. So we might have to save that Yeti grind for a later date, since those guys aren't going anywhere for a little while. We are entering those mentioned caves now. Got some bats to kill. Let's share the quest. This is where we need the crawl guano. This is where we're going to gather that up. And Vengeful Fate, I believe this is going to be the last boss in the dungeon. Once we're actually done with the dungeon, then we can try to pick up those other quests. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. That's in here somewhere. Beautiful, we picked up the crawl guano right away. Unfortunately, it looks like the shaman is also a skinner. We'll try to get whatever we can, but I guess we can't expect too much. I think there's another section with a bunch of boars in it as well, so we'll have another chance there. Some more greens dropping, but unfortunately we're not winning those rolls. Looks like another pretty big pull here. It's a pretty big pull, but the healer looks like they were doing just fine, despite their lower level. Now we've got Agathelos, the Raging. It's hard to tell what enemies, just based off of memory, which ones are rare bosses and which ones are just kind of normal. I think this one's usually normal. I don't think this one. I think there's a rare bat spawn back where we saw the bats, but I think this guy is legit. Hey, a leather piece of gear, 9 strength, 8 agility. You know what? It's slightly better than what we have now. The 9 strength does nothing for us. Basically. I wouldn't say nothing, but like, pretty close to nothing. But it's 1 extra agility than what we have now. We're losing the spirit. But spirit is something that we can work around. So it's been a while since we've had some new legs anyway. Saber leggings are really cool though. I do like the red. But these leggings are pretty cool. Nice and green. Goes a little bit more with our top and our boots in the bluer color. Looks like we got some more bats to kill. Don't see the rare spawn just yet, so we might not be here today. Looks like we're running into a little bit of trouble here. This pull seems to be the most dangerous we've had yet. Our healer's out of mana. Let's get some taunts up on this last fall bat, just in case. We'll help him out with threat, just in case we need to take over. Yeah, that was a little bit stressful. I'm surprised we pulled that many. The rest of this little section here, I don't see anything else in particular. That would lead me to believe that I think his name is Needler is here. feel so much better that we have this new quiver now. Feels really good knowing that we're pretty much never going to run out of arrows. As long as we stock up before each episode. It's been a couple of times with our smaller quiver where we nearly run out of arrows within a dungeon run. Or just from being out in the world for too long. I feel like we're not going to run into that issue any longer. And that should do it for the bat section of Razorfen Crawl. Let's go and pick up this skin real quick. And now we're back to the quill bores. Might be getting close to the final boss, I think. Memory serves correct. There we go. This is the final boss. Tralga Razor Flank, level 33. Once we take him out, I believe we can start another quest after that. There's like a goblin or something that comes out, I think, at the end. And I think it's his quest that we're actually the most excited for. Assuming it's the right one that I'm thinking about.
I'll teach you to interfere. You outsiders will pay for encroaching on our land. Bah! My power rules here.
Interesting, he shed like all of the debuffs off of himself.
Our new allies will avenge us.
Yeah. Tralga is down. Agamon's Clutch. Agamagon's Clutch. 5 spirit, 9 or 5 stamina, 9 spirit ring. That's pretty good. Level 31 to use, we can't even use it yet. We'll let somebody else take it. I'm sure others are going to need a little bit more than us. And we pick up a small scroll that we can turn in at Undercity for some extra experience. I think there's another quest here. Yep. Okay. So we're going to dismiss our pet just in case he doesn't teleport down with us, and we'll resummon him. Oh, let's not go over there. All right, we're going to have to go melee for a little bit. We're in the thick of it right now. Let's see if we can get a little bit of range here. There we go. Luckily these priests die very quickly. Yep, somebody actually marked the goblin we're looking for, Willix the Importer. I think he's... yeah, okay, it even says that he's affiliated with Ratchet. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I remember that guy. Pretty sure I remember seeing him in Ratchet for a quest. Yeah, it's his quest that we care about. I think one of the rewards is the monkey ring, I believe it's called, which is a ring that has a huge amount of agility on it.
Yo! Keep it real.
Oh, interesting. I guess he points towards Razor Flank being in that direction, but so I guess you could end up doing this quest first before you actually complete the dungeon. Yeah, I guess I could not imagine going through basically half of the entire dungeon just to get to this guy, only to backtrack all the way to the other half so that you can take on Tralga's side. And everything else that we just went through, it's definitely just much easier to take on Tralga first and then jump down and take care of this. And we've got another chance to skin as well. So that's good. We've actually collected 8 heavy leather so far. It's not too bad. Wasn't really sure what to expect, I guess. Level 31 for us. The Beast Mastery tree, I'm going to stick the point in just a minute. The Beast Mastery tree is really tough. Because basically almost every single talent in the tree is really, really useful. You basically want to take like almost every single talent for the most part. So it can be hard to choose which ones to pick next. I think we can go with either more focus regeneration, or we can get our last point in ferocity instead. And I feel like we want the last point in ferocity. That extra 3% critical strike chance is probably a safe bet that we could always be happy with. But we're going to want to pick up Bestial Discipline next for sure. Get that extra focus regeneration. More focus equals a lot more screeches. We'll have a much bigger uptime on Screech. He'll cause more threat as a result. And that's all the kind of stuff we want now that we're a Beastmastery. Oops, and that's where that gets us in trouble. Yep, totally messed up that one. Pulled some extra guys in the process. Cloud targeting in dungeons, a little bit scary when you're on trash. Looks like we picked up a decent amount of meat as well. I don't know if we have any recipes that utilize boar intestines or ribs. I know the Alliance side does have that kind of stuff, but I'm not sure if it's the same on Horde side. I guess we'll find out once we're done with the instance. We got some travel time ahead of us as we try to turn in all of these quests. It's always quite the escort. Coming back through basically the entire dungeon. Make sure we stay close to the group. A few extra skins isn't going to be worth not completing the quest. I think we should be very close to the entrance now. Looks like we're going to be pretty clear. I don't know if there's I don't know if things kind of spawn behind us. I seem to remember that from one of the dungeons on the way to 60. We have an escort mission where stuff spawns like behind you or something like that, but maybe it's not this one. I think we're free and clear here. Nope, I was right. Yeah, we're being offered to join a guild. I think now might actually be a good time. Now might be a good time only because we spent a long time looking for a tank. You guys don't see the kind of stuff in the background. But yeah, it took us a long time. It took us like a half an hour or so just to find the tank alone. I think joining a guild is probably going to be a good idea for us. It gives us an extra channel to find people to run dungeons with.
Hey,
let's make sure we turn in this quest before we leave. We're going to pick up the monkey ring, right? Yeah, definitely.
Be good.
6 agility. Very cool. What is it going to replace? It's going to replace the bounty hunter's ring. That was our very first ring that we picked up from the centaur related quests, I believe. Getting a warm welcome from our new guild. Very, very cool. Let's figure out where we need to turn in our quests. I know we need to go back to Undercity for 2 of them, and we need to go back to Thunderbluff for 1 of them. So let me just double check, make sure there's nothing else here. Alright, no, I think we're good. Had somebody leave the group, just had to check out a couple of things, but I think we're good to go. Let's see where this teleports us to as we leave the group. Oh, okay, it uses up our Hearthstone. Alright, that makes sense. It actually puts it on cooldown too, which is interesting. Forgot how that worked. Swarm grows. Interesting. We have a quest at the crossroads. We have the Korgar of Decimus. Interesting. Let's see what this one's about real quick, just because I'm curious. Deliver a note to Orgrimmar. Okay, I mean, we could do that. That is not a problem. So we're going to make today's episode just a little bit longer, just so we can turn in these quests, see what kind of stuff that we get. I think the ones in Undercity, if I'm not mistaken, are just going to be... Ooh, so this is a quest for Razorfen Downs, interesting. In any case, it's going to give us some experience and some silver. And the other one's the same thing, it's just kind of some experience, so... I'll complete those in between episodes, but let's go ahead and complete a Vengeful Fate over in Thunder Bluff. This does reward a blue item. Unfortunately, one of them is a shield, one of them is a mail belt, and the other is cloth shoulders. But yeah, today that was a really, really good run. Very, very good run. I don't think anybody was new. Everybody seemed to generally know where they were going. We got all of the quests complete. We even helped out the warrior complete a quest that he needed. I'm assuming it's a class quest for something. He is level 30, so it could be for the Whirlwind Axe. I've never actually done that quest line before, but could very well be for that. And yeah, that was really, really fun. Very smooth. So once we turn in these quests, while we're flying, we should check our cooking real quick just to see if we can utilize any of the ingredients that are inside our bags. I don't think we can, but I just want to double check. Yeah, we really don't have a lot of recipes, so I'm going to ditch the boar meat. I don't think it's going to be necessary for anything. Got some leather that we can hold on to for a little while. Maybe we'll just convert some of it. We'll get rid of the light hides, we don't need them. We'll keep the medium hides. Could get some points out of those still, I think. And then we'll look to auction everything else in between episodes. I don't have any more arrows in the mailbox, so we're going to have to go see the vendor as well while we're in Thunder Bluff. And then in the next episode, we are most likely going to be in Hillsbrad, I would say. We do need to return to Stone Talon before it's a little bit too late. I'm okay with dropping Elemental War to collect the Incendrites. I wouldn't miss that quest too much, but I would like to take care of the Harpies at the very least. And, planting the Gaia seeds around the Vale. And then, of course, over in Hillsbrad, we've got the entire Battle for Hillsbrad questline. That's really all I'm focused on for the most part. We're starting to get some quests at Terra Mill for Altiric. And we'll handle those in due time as well. But we are once again in a position where we got to head back to some lower level areas and make sure that we take care of everything that we need to. Alright, so we'll turn in the quest first. Let's get our chunk of experience. And we'll probably go with the shield. It's going to be worth the most. And then we go ahead and pick up our arrows as well. And then maybe we'll convert some of the leather that's in our bags. Maybe we'll see what we're working with. Let's stop at the bank real quick because I think we left a medium hide in there. And I kind of just want to use the medium hides when we get them. I don't think we need to hoard them any longer. I don't see a point in doing so.
What brings you
with Kuna Thunderhorn, and we'll get those razor arrows. And look at that, we can actually see the jagged arrows now. Interesting. At level 30 we weren't able to see this, but at 31 we can. I was always confused as to when you can actually see like the next rank of arrow that you can purchase. I would have assumed, because like we didn't see razor arrows I feel like until we were level 25, but I could be mistaken. Really early to see that now, but I guess it's good to know that the vendors will provide that as well once the time comes to start using those.
Walk.
We're all restocked on arrows. Let's go ahead and visit the supplies vendor for leatherworking. We'll grab some salt.
Ancestors watch over
Let's
you.
open up our profession
Looking for something
window
special.
and let's start converting some stuff. We actually have a heavy hide as well, which requires 3 salt. Let's cure that too while we're here. Got to make sure we don't confuse the heavy hide icon with the stag meat. I believe they share the same icon. So let's cure this heavy hide. We're going to need that for something for sure. Something pretty important. Convert this leather here, and then before we decide to convert any medium leather into heavy leather, let's take a look at what else we can create. I think these hillman shoulders are perfect use of the medium leather. Squeeze as many skill points as we possibly can out of our medium leather before it is no longer going to be useful for us. Yeah, I don't think we have anything else of note to create just yet. Heavy armor kits are going to be a good supply of skill points, assuming that we can start collecting some more heavy leather. Heavy leather is only 2 silver a piece, it looks like, so that's not too bad. I feel like I'm pretty okay with that if we needed to purchase some in order to level up our leatherworking a little bit. The price is just going to go up over time. So let's create our Hillman's leather shoulders. We've had pretty decent luck selling this on the auction house, since this is normally the first shoulder piece that most leather workers are going to purchase, or most leather wearers are going to purchase. We'll see if we get lucky and get to 165. Maybe that's enough to purchase some new recipes. We'll take a look at the recipes anyway, even if we can't learn anything. We'll take a look and see what's in store for us soon, and if there's anything worth like really pushing for.
Greetings.
All right, so at 175 we have barbaric shoulders. Those are very good. Those are really, really cool. We've got dusky leather armor, 14 agility. That's also really cool. I'm totally okay with sacrificing the extra stamina to wear that. That is also at 175. At 180 we don't have anything interesting. New bracers? No, I mean, our blue bracers are probably going to be better than this, so not going to be utilized. I wonder when we're going to receive our first helm, because if it's going to be a while before we receive it, it looks like, yeah, I'm already starting to see like thick leather at 200. I do not see any helms until 205. Nightscape headband, level 36. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to wait that long for a helm. But I suppose it depends on what's available. Let's take a look and see if we can buy anything cheap. We are only at 10 gold, and we're going to be approaching 40 pretty quickly. But, before you know it, we're only 31, but it's going to hit us quick. And I really would like to get a mount. Let's just see what's available. So at level 25 you have Humbert's Helm, which is very good, but also extremely expensive. As it probably should be, because that is a crazy amount of stats for level 25 in in a slot where it's very uncommon to find anything. There's actually a lot of options here, though. All the stuff with agility on it, of course, is going to be very expensive, but maybe we don't care about having agility on it. Like, maybe this insignia cap with 7 stam, 11 intellect is good enough. I mean, it's 70 health, over 100 mana. That's a lot. That's very useful. Yeah, I mean, for under a gold, I feel like we can't go wrong here. For 60 silver, in fact. It looks kind of funky. I don't think we're going to wear that or have it visible, but I'm okay with buying that. That's going to hold us over until we can craft the Nightscape headband. Or until we find something in a dungeon, which I doubt, but... Yeah, this is going to be the last time that you guys see this, so get a good look. Not very attractive there. Let's go ahead and see if we can get rid of that. I'm okay with showing the cloak for now. I think that's been fine. And just double checking our inventory real quick. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything else left to do. Actually, our pet did hit level 30, so there is one last thing to do, and that is to train up some new abilities. So we're going to get rank 4 of Growl, which is great. Let's see here. Let's pick up great stamina. That's fine. Let's pick up natural armor as well. And then let's grab all of these if we can. Don't know if we'll be able to, but... Yeah, we need 15. The cost is 15 for each of these, so... Not having the resistances is fine for now. Getting the extra stamina and armor is most certainly more important. And I think we're all caught up. We're all restocked for the next episode. In between episodes, I'm going to make sure to post any auctions that we can, turn in our quests over in Undercity. A little bit of extra experience. And that will transition us perfectly back into the Hillsbrad foothills. I hope you guys stick around for that. And as always, I appreciate you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.